Hey, we're here at OPS Dupont with Goode, Homestead grad, former IU Hoosier, who is playing for the Fort Wayne Champs. First time in the TBT for you. What made you want to be a part of the Fort Wayne Champs and get a shot to play for that $1 million prize?
Yeah, so my trainer, Kevin Bloom, who I come back home and work out with, he's an assistant coach. So obviously he's known about my waiver process the whole time. I've been in Fort Wayne training with him for the last couple weeks. And after I heard the news, the unfortunate news, he reached out to me. He's like, you should just come play TBT. So I called my agent, made sure I wasn't going to get in trouble. He said, go for it. So, now I get the opportunity to go out and compete.
You said unfortunate news. You were appealing to the NCAA to get a fifth year of eligibility, get your sophomore year back. Only played 10 games that year for the University of Illinois because of injury. It gets denied by the NCAA, but what was your first response when that happened, and how do you move forward, onward and upward?
Yeah, you know what? Throughout the whole process, I maintained the mindset that it was going to get denied, and if it got accepted, I would be happy. It's one of those things that I wanted to prepare myself for it to be denied, just because odds weren't in my favor. So when that news happened, the timeline was a little messed up. We predicted that I was going to take 3 to 4 weeks to hear back. It ended up taking 7. So that kind of threw the timeline and in a little bit of a tizzy. But after I heard about it, I had a great backup plan, and I've got a great support behind me that really helped me out throughout the whole process. And I'm very content now with where I'm at and the future of my basketball career.
Dad played football at IU, uncle played football at IU, so many ties, brothers and sisters going to IU. Yeah. When you talk about that 1 year experience for the Hoosiers, what do you most remember about that? What really sticks out to you that you'll remember 10, 15 years down the road? Yeah,
it was the first time to put on the candy stripes. It was one of the things I always remember. It was fun. We did the Hoosier Hysteria, put it on, but that first, I'd say Big Ten game, but really home game, where I got to put on the candy stripes, run out. Another thing too, the first game that I started this year, I don't know what game it was, but the first one that I did when they called my name, that was pretty special. All the lights on when they said from Fort Wayne, Indiana, that's pretty special. So to see my parents and family enjoy that, all the Indiana alums that came before me and my family, for them to enjoy that as well, I think that was just the icing on top. And beating Purdue at home was pretty fun too.
Yeah, I imagine so. When you take a look at the TBT now, you guys played in Hinkle Fieldhouse on Saturday night in your first round game. What do you anticipate that being like, and what are some of the things that you like about this team when you guys all get together there on the basketball court?
Yeah, honestly, I have no idea what to expect. I watched it last year. I went down up to Hinkle from Bloomington and watched the Indiana team last year. So I was able to see the competition. It's great competition. All my teammates are professional players, have good professional careers, and so that's what the competition is going to be. It's going to be good competition. I'm very interested to see how good a shape I am in coming off of a season. Not a lot of college kids, just because the situation that I was in is very unique. So not a lot of college kids come straight off the season into a TBT. So I'm interested to see, how I feel against the competition, but I'm just looking forward to being able to compete and go out with a bunch of players that are professionals.
As far as Coach DeVries goes, I know you're not going to have the opportunity to play for him, but what kind of impression did he make on you and maybe some of these guys as he enters his first season at the helm at IU?
Yeah, he's awesome. I was actually able to go down to Bloomington, and while I was waiting on the waiver, I practiced with him for, I think, 3 or 4 weeks. I was down there because technically, I'm an alumni, so I was lifting in practice with them, and he's great. He's a really good basketball coach, X's and O's wise. He has a great culture. His standard that he holds his players to is it's very high. So I think Indiana's going to be in good hands.
Okay, when it comes to the TBT, obviously you want to make a deep run in it, but what are your plans for afterwards?
Yeah, so just working with my agent, navigating through all the nuances of professional basketball. Not being able to go work out for the NBA teams right after the season and play in the summer league just because of the whole waiver was definitely difficult, but we're going to look through all the options. Jeff Potter's my agent, so he does a great job. I trust him with my career, and whatever he thinks is the best and whatever I decide with my family is the best is what I'll move on and do.
All right, congratulations, man. He is Goode, member of the Fort Wayne Champs, Homestead High School grad, former IU sharpshooter, and I am Glenn Marini, and that is your local sports report.